Hey, you, have you been showing up for everyone, for work, for family, for your purpose, and yet something feels off in your life? You wake up tired, even after sleep. You're going through the emotions, but you've lost the spark. This is burnout, and it's deeper than just needing rest. It's a signal from your soul. If we haven't met yet, my name is Cindy Urrutia, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through three powerful steps to reclaim your energy, purpose, and your inner spark so you can lead, live, and rise from a place of true alignment. Now, this isn't productivity advice. This is soul restoration. Before we move forward, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, sign up for the Empowered Human newsletter, and grab your free e-guide, Unlocking Your Inner Wisdom. All of this is in the description links below. And it's designed to walk beside you as you come home to yourself. Before we dive into our three steps, let's take a moment to understand what burnout really is, both scientifically and spiritually. Scientifically, burnout is a state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion, usually caused by prolonged stress, overcommitment, and lack of recovery time. When this is happening, your nervous system tends to get stuck in overdrive, constantly operating in survival mode. Spiritually, burnout is the symptom of your disconnection from your essence, your joy, your soul truth. You're not just tired from tasks, you're tired from performing a life that doesn't fully reflect who you are anymore. You see, we all go through seasons. We change, we evolve, we grow, we expand, and sometimes we also contract. As a result, who we were a year ago may not be who we are today. That's why rest alone doesn't fix it, because sometimes what's needed is a return to alignment as we change, as we go through different seasons, or maybe we've never even been in alignment and we have to find it for the first time in our life. So, you ready to get started? Let's begin with step number one. Name the pattern that's draining you. Burnout doesn't always come from doing too much. It often comes from being too much of what you are not. That's the disalignment I was referring to earlier. For example, you may have spent years over functioning, being the responsible one, the fixer, the achiever, and you got so good in those roles that somewhere along the line, you disappeared. Take a breath here because this is a little uncomfortable, but naming the pattern is not about blame. Let's be clear about that. It's about bringing the unconscious into light. Try this reflection. What are the roles I keep on performing that no longer feel true to who I am now in this moment? Awareness isn't enough to change a pattern, but awareness is the beginning of a return to your truth, to who you are, to your alignment. So once you've named the pattern, it's time to reclaim a piece of what got buried beneath it. And this is where the spark begins to return. So, step number two, reclaim the part of you that went silent. Your spark, it isn't gone. It's waiting beneath the layers of expectation, people pleasing, productivity, and emotional survival. Ask yourself, what part of you have you silenced to survive? Was it your creativity, your softness, your desire to dream? I most recently went through a burnout myself and was out of alignment. And I can tell you, when I got honest and answered those questions, It allowed me to reconnect to what I had buried and what I needed so that I could take steps to move out of burnout into reclaiming my spark. So this week, I invite you to reconnect with that part of you, even if it's only for 5 minutes, because it's in those micro moments that you build something long term, consistent, and lasting. And then what ends up happening is the spark is back. If this is sparking something in you, do know that I created a self-paced digital course called the Potential Code. It's only $47 and it will transform your life. And it's the container that you may be looking for. You'll find everything in the link before. I also do offer soul clarity sessions. If you are feeling the urgency to have one on one support, I'm here for you. Now, let's move on to step number 3. Once you've named the pattern and reclaimed the part of you that was lost, the final step is about sustaining your spark. This is where we redesign your rhythm. You've heard me talk about this before in past episodes about having a rhythm. And really, that's what life boils down to, creating a rhythm and having the awareness of our rhythm. Burnout thrives in urgency. Burnout thrives in stress, but brilliance, your spark, thrives in rhythm. And this isn't about doing less, it's about living more aligned. Let's try a very simple tool and technique that can make a big impact. Create a soul aligned calendar. I recommend that it be something physical and not digital so that you can see it, because when it's something physical and tactile, you're more likely to connect to it versus something digital. I recommend that either get a whiteboard calendar like this or an old fashioned paper calendar. Every day, do one small act that's aligned with your energy. As you think about what that act is, ask yourself each morning, what do I need to feel centered, connected, and clear? Write it down in your calendar. Literally every day of the week, write down what your one small act is. It lets you see your progress. This isn't about being self indulgent, it's actually about remembrance and building consistency. Now, one of the things that we know from neuroscience is that it can take between 21 days to as far as over 100 days to create new habits. If you are restructuring your identity, that requires creating more neural pathways along belief systems, and that can take over 100 days. But if it's something small, like creating micro moments of going back to your brilliance, 21 to 28 days might be enough. You won't know until you try it, but if you create a calendar and track your progress and see where you started versus where you are at a month later, you might be surprised. That's a lot of information. So let's do what we normally do, a closing meditation. I'd like to invite you to settle in, be in a quiet space if possible. Close your eyes if it feels safe. If not, find a point on the wall to stare at and soften your gaze. Try to have your spine upright so that energy can flow through you more easily. Start to focus on your breath. Why do we focus on your breath? Because when you breathe deeply, it sends out a signal to your nervous system that you can slow down and are safe. Take several deep, clarifying breaths in and out slowly. Repeat this between 3 to 5 times. Breathe in and breathe out. As you're doing that, imagine and feel your body settling, becoming calmer. As you do this, place one hand over your heart, one over your belly, and have a gentle smile. When you smile at yourself with your hand on your heart, it actually also creates more softness within your nervous system and creates more safety. Continue breathing in and out and smiling at yourself. I know the first time I did this, I want to say about 15 years ago, I felt awkward. So if it feels a little awkward, stay with it. Trust me, the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Continue breathing in and out with a smile. And as you're doing this, scan your body. Are there any places and spaces where there's tension? If there is, send the breath there. And as you send the breath there, with your mind's eye, imagine the tension dissolving and completely disappearing. Repeat to yourself, I give myself permission to reset. I give myself permission to return. I give myself permission to rise. As you say this, breathe in and out more. Let it anchor into your nervous system. Let it ground into your soul. Now, imagine beautiful golden light coming in from your crown, traveling down your spine, and also radiating out to different parts of your body, your organs, your cells. As you do this, feel that you are in a beautiful, restful, safe place. Let this golden light feel safe. Let this golden light be your reset, anchoring even more. Feel it, imagine it, anchor it. Let that settle into your nervous system. Let this be your rhythm as you breathe in and out, and feel yourself flooded with this beautiful, warm, golden light. There isn't any rush, but when you're ready, wiggle your hands and feet and open your eyes. If you like to stay in this space longer, do that too. Remember, your spark isn't gone. It's been patiently waiting beneath the noise, beneath the performance, ready for you to reclaim it. If this resonated and you haven't subscribed, please do so. It supports the channel. Remember, I have a lot of freebies. Check out the links below. I'll see you at the next episode. Make it a great day.